Hi everybody, my name is Ritesh and I've been teaching for about 20 years and I've had 10 years experience of teaching online. Lately I've been getting a lot of calls of how to conduct these online classes, so I thought let me put together a little video to help everyone set up their equipment and set up their online lessons in the most effective way possible. To start with, what platform do you use? I use Skype, and by the end of this video you will know why. But there are a lot of other platforms available that you can use. You can make a WhatsApp call, Facebook call, Google calls. There's so many platforms available. The one thing that I really pay attention to is where do you set up your camera, because the view that a teacher sees on the device should be same as they would see in a physical lesson. So please ask your student to set up the camera typically where he would have you sit in a physical lesson, so you get the same view of the instrument that the student is performing on. One more thing to keep in mind is use a good pair of headphones for both you and for the student. The audio quality on the small speakers of the devices that we will typically use, and I'll speak about the devices in a bit, is not going to capture the low ends very well. For this purpose, headphones are very useful. You'll get a full range frequency on the headphones, and that will help you make better judgment in class. And devices itself, yes, I would not recommend that you invest in anything very expensive. Your tablet, your computer, your phone, they're all going to work just fine. Other than this, the last piece of the puzzle is really the internet itself. Please insist on having a broadband connection. It's a very stable connection, and just a 2 Mbps broadband connection is just fine. And in fact, a 25 Mbps phone connection may not work as well. The problem with the phone networks is they're signal based, and sometimes the signal drops. The audio might be a little patchy. You might have a freezing video. All of these things just disturbs the whole flow of the class. Now, other than this, when your lesson is about to start, you need to keep few things ready before the class starts. Top of the list is the sheet music. You will be working with some music with your student. Please have a copy of the sheet music before the class starts, and your student should also have a copy of the music before the class starts. That saves a lot of time in the class itself. The other thing you can do in advance is test that your device, your audio and your video is working fine. Skype allows something called a test call, so you can make the test call, check if your audio is working fine or not, and make sure that your video is working fine. So that's a very helpful thing to do. Often the setups are not ready, and in the class you end up wasting a lot of time just to get the audio to work or the video to work. After the lesson is over, you also need to send some practice notes, and this is again where Skype is very helpful because you can just send it as a message. Next week when you sit with the same student, you will have the message from the past week for reference. So you know exactly what was taught and what was supposed to be presented and worked upon, and the student will have his practice notes through the week. So that's very useful. Other very nice feature that the Skype has recently added is the recording feature. You can actually switch on the recording when the class starts, and when you cut the call at the end of the class, both you and the student will get a copy of the whole video of the class. That's a fantastic reference material for your student to have. Well, online classes are really effective, but I must say one thing, that it does have some limitations, primarily two. One limitation is that you cannot really play or sing along with the student in the class. Now there's nothing that you can do about that on Skype. There are other faster platforms like Cisco where you can actually do a real-time sync of the audio as well, but they're very expensive and not advisable at this stage. The second problem with the Skype audio or any other streaming platform audio is the audio quality itself. The audio is compressed for streaming purpose. So to bypass this problem, what you can do is two things. One is that you can actually give a phone call to the student and use that audio. Keep your audio muted on your device for the Skype or any other platform that you're using. And that way you'll have a real-time good audio connection with the student. The second thing that you can do is that you can ask the student to send you a recording of the performance of the piece before the class starts. That obviously saves time, the performance time in the class, and you'll get a full quality audio and video of the student to make a clear judgment upon. But personally for me, the audio on Skype is working just fine. I'm able to make good judgments even up to grade 8, and I don't feel handicapped using these platforms to teach online. If you find this video helpful, please do hit the like button at the bottom and do share the video so more and more people are able to benefit from this. Thank you so much.